Hello, welcome to Tricky Jim. Thank you so much for tuning in. Happy Destined Rivals release weekend, or should I say pre-release weekend. That is what we've got going on here tonight at Full Grip Games. It is a stormy night here in Akron, Ohio, with severe thunderstorm warnings and apparently some lights flickering. So if the stream cuts out today, you know why. It's because there are severe thunderstorms. But that has not deterred the very eager player base here in Akron from turning out and showing up for this awesome pre-release event that we have got ahead. We have got a ton of players here in the house, anxious to open Destined Rivals cards as early as possible. We are hosting this pre-release at Full Grip Games at midnight. And folks, the clock has just struck 12. So these players should be getting their kits any moment now. And the way that I've got these cameras set up, we'll be able to watch quite a few players open their packs. I mean, this is very exciting. We've got Ben Moores, John, Alec, Jack over here, and then we've also got Chase and Dylan, Ben and Joe over here. And we can watch them open their packs as well. How exciting is that? We get to watch 8 players open their packs and do their pre-release experience here on stream, which is super cool. Unfortunately, I can't do the the in-studio pre-release experience that I had been doing in years past, where Heather and I hang out up here in the studio and just open our own kits. But this is exciting in its own way. I'm still trying to figure out the best way to produce a pre-release event from my side. This is going to be the second pre-release that I've ever produced myself. So excited about the prospect of streaming this. And here we go. We've got our judges and Full Grip Games employees, Michael Zeely and Heather, getting ready to pass out the kits now. As we can see, Michael giving the spiel, letting players know what the deal is. They will have 30 minutes to open their kits and build their decks. And then players will participate in a Swiss round tournament that is capped at 3 rounds. So players that go 3-0, I believe the way that we have it set up, players that go 3-0 will earn a bonus booster pack or 2 at the end. I think everybody is guaranteed 2 or 3 bonus booster packs of Destined Rivals. From what I was hearing, I think everyone gets 3 bonus packs, and then players that go 3-0 are going to get additional prizing as well. This is an extremely hyped set featuring the triumphant return of Team Rocket's Pokemon, which I know a lot of players are excited about. We sold out of our Destined Rivals pre-orders in like 45 minutes on fullgripgames.com. We blew out of our booster boxes almost instantaneously. It was it really was remarkable, and that is how much hype there is surrounding this set. I know I am very excited. Particularly, I want to see if anyone pulls the new holo foil pattern that looks like it is going to be featured on the Secret Art Rares. It looks like the Team Rocket's Mewtwo EX and the Rocket's Crobat EX Secret Art Rares have some sort of special sparkle pattern to them, at least from what I could see from the images that were being teased by the Pokemon Company International. So I'm anxious to see if any of our players here in the house pull those cards and what they actually look like. All right, folks, the time is here. It is 12:04 a.m. in lovely, beautiful Akron, Ohio, and these players are going to be opening their kits. We've got 4 players here opening their kits. 2 Mimikyu and 2 Ethan's Typhlosion here on our feature table. The Ethan's Typhlosion is a really cool card. It's got an attack that does more damage for the amount of Ethan's Typhlosion that you have in the discard pile. And the Mimikyu is really good for standard format, but it's kind of useless in the pre-release format. In fact, the Mimikyu is so useless in the pre-release format that that the Pokemon Company International put out a statement saying as much, because the Mimikyu has the Gem Mimicry attack, which copies your opponent's active Pokemon, active Terra Pokemon's attacks, and there are no Terra Pokemon in the set. So the Team Rocket's Mimikyu is literally useless in this pre-release format, and yet it is also a pre-release promo, which is pretty funny. The Ethan's Typhlosion does more damage for the amount of Ethan's Adventure that are in the discard pile, and the Ethan's Adventure is just a really, really strong setup card for Ethan's focused decks. Now, it looks like Ben Morris is having a pretty successful opening so far. He's got an Electivire EX and was also able to find the Misty Psyduck art rare, which is a really beautiful card from the set, so definitely stoked about that. And there we go, Ben showing off the... Ben's got Electabuzz and Electivire, so if Ben wants to play the Electivire EX in his deck, he can actually do that, which is pretty cool. Yo, Alec found the new Blaziken, which is really cool. I love this Blaziken from Destined Rivals. Blaziken has an attack, does 120 damage to the active and 120 damage to a benched Pokemon. So a total of 240 damage dealt for just 3 energy. Very strong card in a limited format like this, but then also a very strong card for the Gym Leader Challenge formats. It looks like these players are done opening their... Oh, no, not totally. Jack is still opening packs here. And he's got a Rocket Zapdos there. Ben powered through his. I was going to say, yeah, Ben is the only one here who is done opening his packs. Everybody else is savoring the moment. I want to take a quick gander over at our other table real quick and see, all right, did we get anything hype over here? Looks like Chase was able to find a Mabostiff EX. Okay. Meanwhile, Ben Peacock still opening. And we've seen Ben Peacock has got a very organized system here. I have to say I am very impressed by the organizational skills that I'm seeing here from Ben. I do not have the... Oh, it's Ben sees that he's on stream. Yo, the upside down watchtower. All right. Rockets Giovanni. And then Cynthia Spiritomb. Hippopotas. Rockets Articuno. Yo! Rockets Persian EX. Look at that. Rockets Persian EX. How sick was that? We got to watch that getting pulled. That was so hype. Very, very cool. So Ben Peacock's got Rockets Persian EX. Let's take a look over here at what looks like. Ooh, that's a Ethan's Ho-Oh EX that Joe was able to pull. It's very cool. I don't know that it really jives with the Misty Rockets Tyranitar deck that he's got going on, but nice that Joe was able to pull a Ho-Oh EX. And then it also looks like Dylan has a Tyranitar Misty deck as well. All right, let's take a look back over here. Do we get any insane pulls out of our feature match final packs? It looks like Jack was also able to open a Persian EX. So he's got that going on. And I think the biggest hits from our feature match table are probably the Electivire EX that we see there from Ben Morse. And players are now starting to piece together their decks so they can get ready to play in the tournament. Now, at the end of our pre-release tournaments, I am going to get some players to sit back down at the feature match table and open their prize packs so that we can get some more Destined Rivals openings shown off here for the pre-release stream. At least I'm going to try and cajole some of our locals to open their prize packs on stream. I think that would be a lot of fun. Yo, what do we got here? Is that a... Yo, what do you got, Alec? Dondozo? Is that a Dondozo EX? That's pretty hype. Let's take a closer look at that Misty Psyduck. The card looks sick. Rocket Sneasel. I see the Electivire EX there, looking slick, real nice. Those are some very pretty looking cards. Absolutely love it. We see, is Ben looking at building the Rockets Wheezing deck? That'd be pretty cool. Rockets Wheezing does more damage for the amount of coughing and wheezing you have in play. Team Rockets Energy very much enabling that attack. Team Rocket's Energy provides both Darkness and Psychic, and two of them. So it's like a double energy that provides both Darkness and Psychic at the same time. Another big hit from this set. So not a big hit, I should say, but another big relevant card from Destined Rivals is this Shaman with its Flower Curtain ability. Hello, Arm. Okay, Shaman with the Flower Curtain ability prevents all damage done to your bench Pokemon that don't have a rule box by damage from your opponent's Pokemon. So, really strong card there. Bench Barrier is back in standard formats, and then get a good look at Ethan's Typhlosion here as well. Ethan's Typhlosion's got the Buddy Blast attack. Good for doing some buddy blasting. Ethan's Typhlosion does 40 damage plus 60 more damage for each Ethan's Adventure you have in your discard pile. So if you have 4 Ethan's Adventure in your discard pile, that means that you can do base 280 damage with your Ethan's Typhlosion for just 1 fire energy, which is absolutely insane for a single prize Pokemon. And the Ethan's Adventure card also helps to set up your Ethan's Typhlosion as well, which is really cool. Ethan's Adventure allows you to search your deck for up to 3 in any combination of Fire Energy and Ethan's Pokemon. Trying to get a look at Rocket Sneasel. I love Rocket Sneasel. There he is. Rocket Sneasel. Look at him. Beautiful. Man. Beautiful card. They gave my dude Sneasel a holo rare again, which is really cool. Sneasel has not gotten a holo rare in a long, long time because Sneasel got an evolution, Weavile, in the Diamond and Pearl games. So pretty much ever since Diamond and Pearl, Sneasel's been relegated to commons. But to have Sneasel return with a glorious holo rare is really cool. Kind of harkens back to the fact that one of the most powerful original Rockets Pokemon was Rockets Sneasel EX, famous for its impact in the Dragtrode archetype, where you paired Rocket Sneasel EX with Dark Dragonite and Dark Electrode, and Dark Electrode charged energy into play. Dark Dragonite moved that energy around your board, and Rocket Sneasel EX could do a ton of damage for the amount of darkness Pokemon you had in play. You could also drag up your opponent's bench Pokemon into the active spots and damage them. Looks like Dylan's got a Misty's Gyarados in his deck, which is pretty cool. And then Misty's Starmie. Misty's Starmie seems super good for a limited format. Misty's Starmie does 60 damage plus 80 more damage if you evolve the Misty Starmie this turn for just 1 water energy. So 140 damage for just 1 water energy is extremely powerful, especially in a limited format. That is some very strong burst damage that you've got the potential for. So that is super cool. The Rocket Sneasel EX, or not Rocket Sneasel EX. Rocket Sneasel EX is an amazing card. This Rocket Sneasel in Destined Rivals is cool. The artwork is great, but unfortunately, I don't think it's that great of a card. It's got this attack that does 20 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon for each damage counter on that Pokemon. So it's kind of like a card that finishes off damaged Pokemon, which is not that great. I mean, because we are playing a standard format that is very one-hit KO heavy. Damaged Pokemon are not often, on the bench and need to get cleaned up with like an attack like that Sneasel offers. I mean, obviously there are some decks like Dragapults that do thrive on partially damaging Pokemon and then finishing them off, but they have other ways to finish off the Pokemon. Wasting your attack on Rocket Sneasel just seems like it wouldn't be worth it. Taking a look at the decks that these fellas are piecing together. We've got a Team Rocket's Wheezing deck over here with Team Rocket's Chingling. What a cool card. Take a look at that fella. Team Rocket's Chingling has just 30 hit points, free retreat, and an attack. I think, does it say Chiming Commotion? You get to discard a random card from your opponent's hand. So, pretty disruptive. I mean, you just start whittling away at your opponent's resources. You could hit something very important, especially in this limited format. Didn't James have a Chingling or something? Listen, I didn't see... I didn't watch all of the anime, okay? But doesn't James have a Chingling? Is that real, or am I imagining that? For some reason in my mind, I'm thinking James has a Chingling. Archer has Chingling? Really? All right. Ben Morse going to be playing the Electivire. James has Chimecho. Okay. Chimecho. Got it. Ethan's Pichu does seem like it could be a very valid include in these decks for sure. Let's see if I can find English scans. I want English scans of like all of the different cards. I guess I have Pokebeach here, which has all the translations. All right, Misty's Gyarados, one of the pre-release promos actually, has the Splashing Panic attack for 1 water energy. You discard the top 7 cards of your deck. The attack does 70 damage for each Misty's Pokemon that you discard. Holy smokes. That's nuts. That is a chaotic... Can you even play Misty's Gyarados in this format? Like, can you? Pre-release format, keep in mind, folks, pre-release format, you play 40 card decks and you play 4 prize games. It looks like Jack is maybe choosing to leave his Misty's Gyarados in the bulk pile. Sacred Ash is in this set, actually. So you could play Sacred Ash. Sacred Ash allows you to shuffle up to 5 Pokemon from your discard pile back into your deck. It's a reprint. And if you get it, that could be really impactful. It looks like Super Rod is being included in some of these kits. Energy Recycler also could enable you to play the Misty's Gyarados. Now let's take a look at the Misty's Gyarados card now. There it is. Yeah, Misty's Gyarados has the Splashing Panic attack. Extremely destructive. I mean, that is crazy. And we've got Ethan's Typhlosion is the other pre-release promo. Ethan's Typhlosion seems like far and away the best promo card that you can pull. This card is just insane. Buddy Blast can do 280 damage for 1 energy. I mean, just absolutely nuts. Team Rocket's Tyranitar is like cute, but ultimately not very good. We'll take a look at it here, though. Rocket's Tyranitar has the Sand Stream ability. During Pokemon Checkup, if this Pokemon is in the active spot, put 2 damage counters on each of your opponent's basic Pokemon. So that could be useful for spreading damage. And then Demolition Tackle, 180 damage for fighting in 3 colorless. Discard an energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. It's just a very expensive attack for such a, for a limited format. I don't expect to see many Demolition Tackles get powered up, especially when you're comparing, 180 damage for 4 energy to like Ethan's Typhlosion, which can do 280 damage for 1 energy. And then, is it even worth talking about Mimikyu? Mimikyu, funny enough, is probably the strongest card of the bunch in standard format, but the most useless in pre-release format. It's got the Gemstone Mimicry attack, just completely and utterly useless. Choose one of your opponent's active Terra Pokemon's attacks and uses this attack. Not an attack that we will see utilized in today's stream. I can guarantee you that. Unless someone is cheating, we wouldn't want to have any cheaters out here. Because there are no Terra Pokemon in this set. And then, of course, one of the cards that I'm most excited about from this set is the Team Rocket's Mewtwo EX. Team Rocket's Mewtwo EX, just a really cool Pokemon card. Take a look at this guy. Team Rocket's Mewtwo EX. The deletion, I forget what its official translation. It's like deletion ball or something. Discard up to 2 energy from your bench Pokemon. The attack does 60 more for each card you discarded in this way. So the Rocket's Mewtwo EX can do 280 damage for 3 energy. And I just absolutely love the artwork on this card. I think it's gorgeous. Looks great. This card's got aura, guys. The Rocket's Mewtwo absolutely has aura to it. This Rocket's Crobat EX as well. It's got the Bite Around ability. When you evolve it, you place 2 damage counters on 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. Erasure Ball. That's what it is. Erasure Ball. We've got Rocket's Wheezing here. Let's check out Rocket's Wheezing. I'm seeing quite a few Rocket's Wheezings in these kits. Rocket's Wheezing has the Exploding Mob attack. The attack does 40 damage for each Pokemon in play with coughing or wheezing in its name. So, can ramp up, do a lot of damage. If you have 6 Pokemon with coughing or wheezing in the name, you could do 240 damage. But in pre-release formats, you won't be able to get 6 wheezing or Rocket's Wheezing or coughing into play. But in standard format, you could, because there are regular coughing and regular wheezing that you can play. So it is a possibility. It'd be cool to see if someone gets a Ethan's Ho-Oh online in the pre-release. If someone was able to pull an Ethan's Ho-Oh with the Ethan's Typhlosion kit, that would be really neat. I think that would be very powerful. Ethan's Ho-Oh EX has the Golden Flame ability. Once during your turn, you may attach up to 2 basic fire energy from your hand to one of your bench Ethan's Pokemon. And then Shining Feather does 160 damage, and you get to heal 50 damage from each of your Pokemon. Incredibly powerful. All right, folks, these players are going to be getting ready for round number 1. It looks like they are getting ready for round number 1 right this very second. Oh, it is happening. Things are in motion. We'll be right back with round number 1 in just a moment, folks, here at the Full Grip Games Destined Rivals pre-release. Hang tight. We'll be right back. All right, folks. These players are getting ready for the first round of the Destined Rivals pre-release. And I have coordinated. I have coordinated with Chase to get these guys lined up under the table nice. And you know what? We did pretty good, okay, in a little 30-second phone call. That's pretty decent. And we could also watch the match from this angle. That works too. Obviously, I've got a different table set up tonight so that I could have multiple players on stream opening their booster packs. So we're doing some things on the fly. We've got Chase Juicy on the left and Jordan Wilson on the right. I look forward to seeing what kind of pre-release decks these players bringing to the table. It looks like Chase has a coughing deck, so he's going to have like the Rockets wheezing deck, potentially. Ooh, and Jordan has the Rockets Tyranitar deck. That is cool. We'll see how this matchup plays out. The Rockets wheezing, I think if you... Well, okay, so there is something interesting. I take it back. You know what I said earlier where I said that Rockets wheezing would be capped in a pre-release? It's actually not capped in pre-release because you can play as many copies of a card as you open in pre-release format. I forgot about that. So in a pre-release format, you're not limited to 4 of a card in your deck. So if you get all your Rockets coughing, you know, if you get a play set of Rockets coughing, and then if you open 2 more Rockets coughing, you could play 6 Rockets coughing. And then if you opened 6 Rockets wheezing, you could play 6 Rockets wheezing if you wanted to as well. All right, we're getting started here. I'm thinking I'm liking the side angle. You know what? We might just go with the side angle today. This is kind of fun. I can like zoom in and stuff too. All right, looks like Chase has got Tyranitar in his deck as well. And it's going to play Team Rocket's Great Ball, Team Rocket's Great Ball. Flip a coin. If tails, you can get a basic Rockets Pokemon. And if heads, you can get a Rockets Evolution Pokemon. Looks like Chase is going to go for the Team Rockets Pupitar. And put that into his hand. Opens the Team Rockets Coughing as well. I wonder if anyone here was able to open 6 Team Rockets wheezing. I mean, that would just be so cool to see. All right, and over on Jordan's side, let's see what he's got. Team Rockets Great Ball as well. Flips of heads, can go get an Evolution Rockets Pokemon. Put it into his hand. It looks like he's going straight for the Tyranitar. And then it's got a Team Rockets Petrol. And can search his deck for any trainer card, put it into his hand. Looks like he grabbed the Ethan's Adventure. And then that's Ethan's Sudowoodo in the active spots. Sorry about that, guys. I accidentally clicked a button there. And we're back. Yes, the Ethan Sudowoodo has an attack, does 20 damage, inbound. And during your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon can't retreat. And then Ethan Sudowoodo has the second attack, Attempt Mimicry. Flip a coin if heads, choose one of your opponent's active Pokemon's attacks, and use it as this attack. Looks like Chase is actually playing the Mabostiff in his deck. Attaches a Rocket Energy to the Team Rocket's Coughing and plays a Youngster. Youngster, shuffle your hand into your deck, draw 5. And Chase would love to find Rocket's Wheezing here. If Chase can find the Rocket's Wheezing, it can use that exploding mob attack for 80 damage. Looks like it was not able to find it, though. But the Coughing has an attack, which apparently does 30 damage, so that's pretty high. The Rocket's Coughing has the Gas Cloud attack. Yep, does 30 for 2. It's actually relevant. Rocket's Coughing is weak to fighting, so it looks like they were able to figure out that that impound should have done 40 last turn. I think originally they had it pegged as 20, so they did fix the math there. That's good. And Jordan's using Ethan's Adventure, which allows you to search your deck for up to 3 in any combination of Ethan's Pokemon and Fire Energy. And it's just like an incredible consistency card. Has got the Ethan's Quilava in play, and Ethan's Quilava just helps with the consistency even more. And that's why the Ethan's deck, the Ethan's package, just has to be the most dominant in this pre-release kit. I don't really think it's particularly close. The Ethan's Quilava has an ability that allows you to search your deck for an Ethan's Adventure once during your turn and put it into your hand. Adventure Bond. And I'm getting some info in the Twitch chat from Tony. Apparently Jordan has been testing Ethan's Typhlosion since the card got revealed. So very cool to see that Jordan was able to pull the beloved Ethan's Typhlosion, as he does seem very excited to play it in standard format as well. Let me see. Jordan was able to take a prize card, taking the knockout on Coughing with the Ethan Sudowoodo impound for a weakness, hitting 40 damage. And now Chase has got Rocket's Pupitar in the active spots and can use its attack, which does 30 damage and allows you to search your deck for a card that evolves from the Rocket's Pupitar and evolve it right away. So that's what we're going to see. Explosive Awakening on the Rocket's Pupitar. Search your deck for a card that evolves from this Pokemon. Put it onto this Pokemon to evolve it. And that Pokemon is Rocket's Tyranitar. And Rocket's Tyranitar has the ability Sandstream, which actually triggers as you evolve it into play. That Sandstream, placing 2 damage counters on your opponent's benched basic Pokemon between turns. The attack happens, it evolves Tyranitar into play, and then the 2 damage counters get placed. So we see that damage counter got placed on Jordan's Cyndaquil. But we see Jordan has 2 Ethan's Adventure in the discard pile already, which is powering up the Ethan's Typhlosion. Buddy Blast is now dealing 160 damage for just 1 energy. So Ethan's Typhlosion can't quite knock out this Tyranitar yet. It would be just 20 damage short. The Tyranitar is kind of a fatty. 180 hit points. But with the Ethan Sudowoodo, can use Impound, soften up the Tyranitar. Tyranitar's Sandstream triggers again, placing more damage counters onto Jordan's side of the board. And Sandstream does hit the active as well. So we see that Sudowoodo also getting affected by Sandstream. And Chase has got a board full of the Rocket's Larvitar. Darkness Energy going on to little Mabostiff there. What's Mabostiff Jr. called? What's that dude's name? There's no way that's not... Yeah, it's Mabostiff Jr. What is Moschiff? All right. Yeah, we got a Darkness Energy going on to Moschiff. We did see that Chase was able to pull the Mabostiff EX, so maybe that's what he's going to be grabbing off this Ultra Ball. And yes, there it is. Arvin's Mabostiff EX. Holy smokes, dude. Check this thing out. Wow. It's got the boss's headbutt attack. Does 210 damage for 3 colorless energy. Has 270 hit points. Its first attack, Hustle Tackle. If this Pokemon has no damage counters on it, this attack does 120 more damage. So 150 damage for 1 energy is really good. And then you can come in with a boss's headbutt. So it is possible for the Arvin's Mabostiff to really do some damage for sure. All right, Ethan's Typhlosion coming up into the active spot. Buddy Blast. Going to put Jordan down to 2 prizes remaining. Chase has got quite a lot of ground to cover up still. We got Rocket's Tyranitar, yo, with the Rocket Energy. We are going to get to see a Demolition Tackle for 180 damage. So yeah, if Chase promoted the Rocket's Tyranitar after the knockout, then yes, it should have more damage on it. Yes. That is true. And we're actually going to get to see a double knockout this turn from Chase. Thanks to the Sandstream damage getting placed on the bench. Demolition Tackle doing 180 damage to Jordan's active, tying this game up at 2-2 prizes. And Ethan's Typhlosion going to take another knockout with Buddy Blast. Jordan's got just a single prize card remaining. But Mabostiff EX has got the Hustle Tackle. Going to do 150 damage for just 1 energy. And with the energy attachment to Mabostiff, if Jordan can't do 270 damage this next turn, Mabostiff is going to come in with a Boss's Headbutt for 210 damage to win the game. So this has actually been an insane comeback in the pre-release. Jordan would have to have 4 Ethan's Adventure in the discard pile in order to do 280 damage. You see him gesturing to that final card there. Maybe something was prized that he needed. And it looks like he doesn't have it. And that's game. Boss's Headbutt, 210 damage. Jordan's final Ethan's Typhlosion was prized. And Arvin's Mabostiff EX leads Chase to victory. Wow. That was hype, honestly. That was sick. I was not expecting Arvin's Mabostiff EX to make such a profound statement in our first pre-release game. But it did. Incredible. Looks like most players are wrapping up their pre-release games now. That was an awesome, awesome first match. GG's, GG's. Yeah, that was hype. That was really cool. Arvin's Mabostiff EX. Did not expect to see Arvin's Mabostiff EX making power plays like that. But you know, I'm here for it. That was hype. 150 damage for just 1 energy on a stage 1 Pokemon with 270 hit points is very good in a limited format. We also got to see that the Rockets Tyranitar, the Rockets Tyranitar was able to actually put in work for Chase during that game as well. The Sandstream did eventually load up enough damage counters on Jordan's Pokemon to take an additional knockout. And Chase was able to power up that attack all the way to deal 280 damage. So that was or to do 180 damage, excuse me. All right, folks, I'm going to run downstairs and swap out the tables real quick before the next round begins. So hang tight, and I'll get our beautiful Pokeball table back under the feature match in just a second. So hang tight. I'll be right back. Thank you so much for being here. Make sure to check out fullgripgames.com for all the best Pokemon trading card game singles and sealed products. We'll be right back with round 2 in just a moment. All right, Pokeball table is back where it belongs, under the feature match camera. So that looks great. We've got that back in order. I also was able to coordinate with a few of our locals to get people to open their prize packs on camera. So at the end of the stream, we'll have a few more booster packs getting opened. I have a handful of players who have agreed to open their prize pack booster packs on camera. So I'm looking forward to that after round 3. We just finished round 1. Round 2 coming up shortly, as soon as our field has finished their matches. I just text Heather to ask how many players we've got here in the house. It does seem like we have quite a few. I was just talking to Hooper. Hooper pulled the gold, I think the gold Rockets Mewtwo, which was really sick. I kind of flashed that to the camera during the Be Right Back screen, if you happen to catch that. Card looked incredible. Still trying to see if I can find a secret art rare Rockets Mewtwo EX so that I can see the new sparkle pattern. That would be really hype. We've got a great turnout tonight for this pre-release. It's really exciting to see so many players excited about the new Pokemon cards. I mean, this is an amazing turnout for midnight for our local pre-release. Just absolutely incredible. I love seeing this amount of excitement about the newest Pokemon TCG set. It really is incredible. Here we go, our feature match. Gonna be Joe Cornell versus Ben Morse. And I gotta say, what's Joe got there? A little building block set, Pokemon building blocks. Joe's hair is looking awfully luscious tonight, isn't it, folks? Joe has got some beautiful locks. Absolutely amazing. Loving the flow there, Joe. Loving the flow. We got to see both these players open their kits. And it looks like we're to have a decision about whether or not to go first. There's a lot of thought being put into this. It's pretty funny. We'll be able to return to our top-down view for this match now that I've got the Pokeball table back in place. Oh, that's right. And Ben has got the Electivire in his set. So that's really cool. The Electivire EX got the dual bolt attack. Does 50 damage to 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. That could be really good in a pre-release format. I see why. I absolutely see why Ben chose to play that card. Yeah, take a look at this. Ben was able to pull an Electabuzz and an Electivire EX. So he's got that going on in his deck. I think I saw that Joe has water stuff. I think he's got the Misty's package in his deck. So, I mean, could be Misty's Gyarados. Most likely will be Misty Starmie. Ben opens Rocket's Sneasel. Rocket Sneasel has free retreat, so that's really good. I thought I saw that Joe was playing Misty stuff, so it's possible that Joe has both the... yes, here we are. Misty Staryu off of the Nest Ball, and then Rocket's Great Ball. Flip a coin. If heads, get an Evolution Rockets Pokemon. If tails, get a basic Rockets Pokemon. And I mean, this Starmie has a lot of potential to put on pressure early on. Let's take a look at it. The Sudden Flash attack does 60 damage plus 40 more, or 60 damage plus 80 more damage if Misty Starmie evolved from Misty Staryu during this turn. That's 140 damage. Misty Starmie also hits Ethan's Typhlosion for weakness, so I definitely could see a Misty's-based deck featuring Misty Starmie being able to run the Ethan's Typhlosion deck off the board. Because the Ethan's Typhlosion deck does require a little bit of a setup. I mean, your attacker is a stage 2. Misty Starmie is even just hitting for 120 against the water-weak fire Pokemon with Sudden Flash every other turn, not to mention that, you know, the turn that it evolves from Misty Staryu. And it looks like Ben has got the Team Rocket's Murkrow and the Team Rocket's Coughing, which is getting into play now. Not super familiar with the Murkrow, so let me see if I can take a look at that real quick. Rocket's Murkrow has got the Swindle attack. Search your deck for a supporter card, reveal it, put it into your hand. And then Torment, choose one of your opponent's active Pokemon's attacks. Next turn, they cannot use that attack. That is a nice disruptive attack for 2 energy. And here we go. Joe getting right in there with a Sudden Flash for 140 damage with Misty Starmie taking the knockout. And Ben has to take a little bit of a slower route with Rocket's Murkrow this turn. Just using Swindle. Search his deck for a supporter card put into his hand. I don't actually know what the English translation is, but I bet you with this camera I could see it. Deceit! There we go. The Deceit attack. Swindle and Deceit, you know, they're synonyms. And then Torment is correctly translated. I'm still operating with proxies here that are fan-made translations, so it's always interesting to see what the Pokemon Company International went with. So Ben uses Deceit to go search for a research. Joe takes the opportunity to retreat into Rocket's Pupitar and uses its explosive evolution, awakening attack to go instantly evolve into Team Rocket's Tyranitar. And Team Rocket's Tyranitar has the Sandstream ability, which procs and places 2 damage counters on both of Ben's basic Pokemon. Ben's got another Coughing there. Rocket's Wheezing. And now we'll retreat into Rocket's Wheezing. Ben's got 2 Pokemon in play. That have Wheezing or Coughing in their name. So the Exploding Mob attack does 80 damage. Meanwhile, Joe has got the 3 retreat cost Tyranitar in the active spot, just spreading with Sandstream, which will end up taking a knockout on that Rocket's Murkrow. And if Ben is not able to evolve up the Coughing will eventually go down as well. So, a little bit stressful here. That Sandstream ability is ticking away. And then another attack from the Rocket's Weezing will knock out Tyranitar, saving Ben's board from multiple knockouts via Sandstream. Rocket's Sneasel has free retreat, so great promote there from Joe. But does Joe have anything else going on? He had a very strong start, just has to promote Sneasel and pass. No, Joe is floundering. Meanwhile, Ben is thriving, benches another Coughing. As I had said previously in the stream, in pre-release format, you are not limited to 4 of a kind in your deck. You can play as many copies of a card as you pull. So Ben's Rocket's Weezing right now is doing 200 damage, which is absolutely insane. Is there anything that Joe can do to stop this Rocket's Weezing's onslaughts? No, just has to pass again. And Ben's got another Rocket's Weezing. We use Team Rocket's Ariana, which actually allows Ben to fill his hand to 8 cards because every card he has in play is a Team Rocket's Pokemon. Team Rocket's Ariana only draws to 8 when you have all Rocket's Pokemon in play, which he does have. Rocket's Great Ball flips tails, so search his deck for a basic Rocket's Pokemon. Energy Recycler can toss some energy back into the deck real quick. 5 basic energy from the discard pile back into the deck. And then Rocket's Weezing taking another massive KO. And Joe folds. That's it. Ben coming out with the huge dub there. It was looking dicey early on, but then Ben was able to flood his board with Rocket's Weezing and take a commanding win in round 2. So Ben Morse advancing to 2-0 at the Full Grip Games Destined Rivals Midnight Pre-Release. Oh, and it looks like these players are having some fun with their games. You love to see it. A wonderful round 2 match. And let's see what we got going on over here. That one ended pretty quick. These players were playing fast. Over here, it appears we've got an Ethan's Typhlosion versus a Weezing Typhlosion deck. Player on the right was looking like they're on the ropes, but they did top deck a Staryu, and apparently are doing enough damage with that Ethan's Typhlosion. Take a huge one-hit KO. Do want to take a moment real quick to thank the subs so far for tonight's stream over on Twitch. We had Will RN Daniel with the Prime sub in the 40 months. Brandon Alaskan Hero with the Tier 3 sub and the 78 months. And then Lil Crack Munchkin with the Tier 1 sub and the 70 months. Thank you guys so much for the continued support over the years. I really appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying tonight's midnight pre-release. We've got an Ethan's Magcargo hitting the board. Ethan's Magcargo can do a lot of damage, but it is a very energy-hungry Pokemon. Takes 3 energy to use its attack. And I think you have to discard the energy. Ethan's Magcargo has got the Melt and Flow ability. If this Pokemon has no energy attached to it, it has no retreat cost. And then Lava Burst. 3 fire energy. Discard up to 5 fire energy from this Pokemon. And the attack does 70 damage for each card you discard in this way. All right, and this match is over. GG's, GG's, GG's. Let's move up the table and see what we've got going on over here. More Ethan's Typhlosion versus Ethan's Typhlosion. Fran looks like she's playing an Ethan's Typhlosion deck. And misses the knockout on her opponent's Ethan's Typhlosion. Can't tell how many prizes he's got left, but Fran's got 3. I gotta say, I'm definitely having a little bit of FOMO. Not going to be attending a pre-release for this set. I am in a way attending a pre-release. I'm here in attendance at a pre-release, but not going to be participating within the pre-release. For our old pre-release streams, Heather and I used to open kits here in the studio and do things that way. The way that we're doing them nowadays is that I broadcast the tournament, which is cool in its own way because I get to kind of see a lot of different players' experience at the pre-release. And also, I think it's just a great way to connect with the community here in Akron as well. And get to see what kind of exciting cards they pull. But I certainly am missing getting my hands on the Destined Rivals cards this time around. I did open 1 booster box of the Japanese Glory of Team Rocket set, so I got a little bit of my fix there. Little bit. Not an entire fix. The decks I've got here are standard decks. I've got Jesse Parker coming through this upcoming Wednesday for another NAIC testing stream. So I'm looking forward to that as we start to ramp up our preparation for the North American International Championships. So stoked about that. I may also take one more day to do a gym leader challenge on TCG live stream. So yeah, I might have one more day of that next week. I haven't decided which day yet, but I'm considering it. I mean, special occasion. It's not not every day that you can play Gym Leader Challenge on TCG Live, literally. It's actually only 2 weeks. So we'll take one more day to do that next week. And then I've got the NAIC prep with Jesse. I don't know. I do need to finish the next Tricky Hideout video that I'm working on, though. And I got a good chunk of work on that done today. But I still have a little bit more to do, and I've got some more ideas brewing for fun challenges to feature on Tricky Hideout. Very excited about NAIC this year. I'm actually more excited about the video project that I'm working on than I am about playing in the tournament. I'm kind of just excited to go back to New Orleans. I went to NAIC last year, and New Orleans was just a lot of fun. So I'm really looking forward to returning to New Orleans. I'm in this weird place where, like, I haven't played in a Pokemon tournament all year. Why would I? I don't really care about playing in the main event. I'm gonna play, but like, just to kind of play, really. I'm not terribly stressed or worried about it. I would like, to say that I'm in like the headspace to, like, invest myself to grind relentlessly for this event, but it's not really the reality. I mean, I'm a dad. I'm kind of just like focused. I'm focusing all of my mental energy on that these days, and like making content and doing that. And it's like, preparing for NAIC is not what's taken up all of my my mental processes these days. But still excited about the trip nonetheless. And I do, like, in a way, I mean, I'm kind of like more excited about this NAIC than I have been any other NAIC because of this video project I'm working on. This is the video project that I'm going to be wrapping up at NAIC this year. Is going to be the biggest video that I've ever worked on, as far as like the amount of effort that has gone into the production. I've been working on it for over a year, just because of the amount of different people that I had to coordinate with to put it together. And I think it's going to be really special. So I almost like can't even think about anything else, because I just want this video project that I've been working on for a year to go off without a hitch. And it's one of those things where there's just like no guarantee that it's going to all work out, right? Whenever you're coordinating so many different moving pieces all at once, things could always just go off the rail. You have no idea. You just don't know. And it's that, but that kind of feeling of like, oh, I don't know if things are going to work out. I hope they do. Is just, it's really exciting. It's really exciting. There was this band. I don't know why my brain's going here right now. It's probably because it's like 1:30 a.m. and I'm just getting a little delirious. There was this band that I used to listen to in high school. The lead singer of the band and the percussionist for the band were friends of mine who went to the same church that I went to when I was in high school. And it was this little indie group from Maryland called the Apathy Eulogy, right? Very 2005 indie music, right? But the keyboardist, who was a fellow that I knew, who I used to go to their shows, and I used to like hang out and see these guys all over the place, right? the keyboardist for this band, is now like a big time music video director, right? And I just saw because I still follow him on Instagram, right? Because I used to follow him back when he was just like playing in this little indie band, and now he's like a big time music video producer. And I saw like a couple months ago he just produced a music video for Addison Rae. And then, like, this week, I just saw on Instagram, he produced the most recent music video for Charlie XCX. Like, Party For You. Like, he produced that music video. Like, directed it. He directed, I should say, not produced, he directed the music video. Like, which is insane. So, like, I don't know. It's stuff like that. That kind of stuff just really motivates me, you know? Like, that was just some guy that I knew from my hometown, you know, who's just like a creatively ambitious person, and now is like directing music videos for Charlie XCX. Like, I want to embark on crazy creative adventures now. That's the kind of thing I want to really see what kind of content I can produce if I really put my all, if I take risks and really put my all into something, right? What kind of stuff can I make? That's kind of where my my friend's Mitch Ryan. Yeah. Mitch Ryan. He was the keyboardist for the Apathy Eulogy. Yeah. Mitch Ryan. I know that dude. Yeah. I remember going to see that guy play shows back when I was in high school. And now he's like, you know, he creates some really cool music video stuff. It's pretty sick. It's crazy, you know? It's crazy how life like that goes. Anyways, Pokemon. Is Mitch Ryan Brat? I would say that he is, yeah. I still can't get over these expanded events, these expanded results. I've wondered to myself if I should create any expanded content. It's almost like at a certain point, and like on one hand, it's kind of funny, like what is expanded like in 2025? Like that's kind of interesting, right? On the other hand, I'm not very interested in what expanded is like in 2025. So like there's that kind of, I don't know. On one hand, like I'm kind of interested, but I'm also not very interested. I don't know. It doesn't look terribly interesting to me. The results, anyways. But I'm more so interested in creating content that's kind of like more eternal stuff that doesn't get old, right? If I make a video that's like what's expanded like in 2025, I mean that by definition has a shelf life to it, right? Now that I'm kind of older and at a point in my career where I can afford to take time to invest myself into the projects that I really want to invest myself into, like now I want to focus on more eternal kind of content, right? But then you just start thinking about like, does eternal content even exist? You get into this really weird headspace with like, when you're a digital content creator or you create digital art and you're like, what if the internet just died? Well, I suppose humanity would have a lot more issues than losing content if the internet died. But like, it's kind of odd having everything that you've ever created just on someone else's servers, And you're like, if it could all just like disappear, This video is cooking, though. I get it. Like, I know why this video took off, the fake Pokemon card video. It's because it's like the fake stuff is fascinating. So I get it. But I can't like make that video more than once though. So like that video was like a one and done. Which is cool. I hope it keeps trucking. I mean, it has been. It still gets like a couple thousand views every other day or so. So it'll probably climb up to like 300-400K eventually. I suspect that this video by this time next year will be the most watched video I've ever made. Right now, that title goes to a TCG Pocket video that I made a few months ago. But I suspect that this video will catch it. Because this video is eternal, right? This video will be funny to watch. Like, you could watch this video in 5 years, it would still be funny. You could watch this video in 10 years, it'd still be funny. This video, I was extremely proud of. I thought this video was one of the funniest videos I've ever made. But, like, I don't know. I just don't know. Getting the algorithms to, like, I don't know. Most people must not find that video very interesting. So, like, that's fine. I had a very fun time making it. And it's really funny. I think people who find this video will be pleasantly surprised by how funny it is. But anyways, let's get on with it, folks. Finally, we've got round number 3 coming up. Well, let's go. Our final match of the pre-release is upon us. Let's get it. For final round, we have got Sean Stevenson and Michael Prieto. Let's get into it. Ethan's Pichu leading the charge. Super cool. Rocket Energy onto Larvitar there, turn 1. That is intimidating. And Michael's got a Buddy Poffin. Start the game off. Looks like Michael's playing the Ethan's Typhlosion deck featuring Rocket's Tyranitar. And then we've got Fighting Energy to Larvitar and Ethan's Adventure. Perfect turn 1 supporter there. With the Ethan's Adventure, now we've got one in the discard pile, powering up Ethan's Typhlosion's attack, the Buddy Blast. I really love the artwork on this Ethan's Typhlosion. I think it's incredible. It's awesome. The pre-release promo one just looks exceptional. Gotta say that card looks great. Dang, rare candy Tyranitar. Holy moly. And then Judge. Wow. Turn 1 Ethan's Adventure for Michael. Setting up his hand for the next couple of turns, and then everything gets judged away. Is it the same art? Is the pre-release art the same art as the set art? All right, fine. I don't care. Then the regular set art's incredible. The artwork's incredible. Is it? I didn't realize. I thought they used to do different artwork for the set and for the promos. I thought the artwork used to be different, but I guess not. Didn't they used to do different art? All right, now we're going to retreat into Rocket's Tyranitar, Sandstream, going to ping all these guys. Wow. I mean, absolutely insane. Sean popping off. All right, I'm getting word in the chat. This is the first set where the artwork is the same for the pre-release promos. That kind of is unfortunate because this set is like highly anticipated and really, really, really cool. It would have been nice to see some alt arts for like Rocket's Tyranitar, you know, or something like that. I would have liked to see some different artworks. All right, we've got, wow, another Tyranitar. Two Tyranitars. Okay. Some Tyranitar versus Tyranitar action. And that Pichu is not long for this world. Only 10 hit points remaining. But with one more energy attachment, Sean can actually knock out this opposing Tyranitar. Oh, does need a fighting energy, though. Keep in mind, the Rocket's energy only provides dark and psychic. The water energy doesn't get there. So, yeah, no out to a fighting energy. Looks like Sean weighing a supporter carefully. Brock scouting would be good. I mean, to set up more Pokemon, right? So it looks like that's going to be the supporter that Sean decides to play. But now, Sean's Tyranitar has the potential to get knocked out very easily. Because Sean does not have a fighting energy to attach. So now the ball is going to be in Michael's court. We got another Rocket Energy going onto the benched Larvitar. And pass, Pichu gets knocked out between turns because of Sandstream. Michael takes a prize. Got an Ethan's Adventure in hand. Cyndaquil going down. And I think this Typhlosion for Michael already has a fighting energy attached to it, so with a fire energy attach, we will get to see a demolition tackle for knockout. There we go. Ethan's Quilava getting evolved up. Yeah, the one got benched this turn. That's right. Fire energy. And now this Team Rocket's Tyranitar is good for a demolition tackle for 180. Michael really taking command of this game. Going to leave Sean with just 2 basic Pokemon who are going to be getting hit by Sandstream again. There we go. Big demolition tackle. 180 damage. Now Staryu getting promoted. And the draw. Does Sean have anything to maneuver out of this? I think I see a supporter in hand. Lacey. What does Lacey even do? Can't say that I am super familiar with this card. Lacey, shuffle your hand into your deck, then draw 4. If your opponent has 3 or fewer prize cards, draw 8. Oh, yeah, this card's broken in pre-release. 3/4 of the game, you're going to be drawing 8 cards. Yeah, that's amazing. So very strong pre-release card there. Sean's going to get a hand of 8. Will he find Misty, Starmie, and a Water Energy to launch an attack? Or a Pupitar to save his Larvitar from getting knocked out by Sandstream? What do we have in this hand? Fighting energy. We do see there is Pupitar. So the Pupitar will get spared the Sandstream damage this upcoming turn. I'm not ignoring you guys. I'm just coordinating players downstairs that are going to be opening their packs on stream. because after this game, I want to get a few players to open their packs on stream. Trying to recruit as many locals as I can to open their bonus packs on stream after this final match is done. So. Dang it, I take my eyes off the stream for 1 second and apparently there was a double attach. You serious? Who is it that got the double attachment? Michael on the left? The player on the left? Oh no, Sean double attached? Sean on the right double attached? So you're telling me the player on the right should not have this fighting on the Tyranitar here. Hey, Sean double attached on stream. He's got to take the fighting energy off his active. Okay. Yep, thanks. Yep. So yeah, definitely makes things a little bit awkward. But yeah, you cannot double attach. I'm not gonna rewind this enough to like fix it. I know that the fighting came first, and then the water. But like, listen, we're not gonna rewind this pre-release game all the way. Okay, I'm just gonna make it so that. All right, that's game over. GG's. 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 It's all good. Just wanted to make sure we weren't getting away with unfair play there. All right, round 3 is up. Looks like things are starting to clear out. We've got players who are going to open their bonus booster packs on stream. I've been texting some of our locals to get everybody to come down and hopefully open some booster packs on camera. So that is the hope. And maybe we can see something nice and fancy get pulled. It looks like Joe has got his. Yes. Joe has got his packs ready to go. I just saw him over here. All right, Joe. Let's get it. Open those booster packs, bro. Yeah, open the packs. Open the packs. Yes, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, let's get the packs going. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. This is beautiful. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. Here we go. Money. Show me the money, Joe. Show me the money. Show me the money, Ben. What do we got? Bonus booster packs. Let's go. A Rockets Zapdos in that first one. Tossed aside. Joe does not care. What do we got next? What is that? What Pokemon even is that? I can't tell. What the heck is that, bro? Rabska. Rabska EX. This is my first time ever seeing that. What the heck? Rabska EX, dude. All right, we've got somebody else here in the fold. Who else we got? Alec has hit the scene. Oh, there's a Alt-Art Shaman? What the heck? I haven't even seen that before. That's crazy. Full Art Arboliva EX. Yo, the double Arboliva hits. Dude, all right, the Shaman is crazy. That Shaman is like the coolest card. I didn't even know that that thing existed. It's my first time ever seeing the Shaman. That's nuts. Another Shaman. Yo, Shaman brothers. These guys are popping off right now. Electivire EX. Oh, this is nuts. All right, this is hype. This is hype. God, I wish we had unlimited Destined Rivals packs to open. This is actually extremely hype. Spidops. Yo, the party pack opening is crazy. We're definitely doing this every pre-release from now on. Oh, heck yeah. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Nothing. Why are you showing me the snow? Okay, Ben loves Kamiya. All right, so he's got a new Snover for his Kamiya collection. I get it. Okay, all right. Beautiful. I can't believe the Shamans, dude. That was nuts. Rabska EX. All right, we got more. Yo, show me more. Judge? I don't care about the Judge. All right, Rotom. Let's go, baby. Let's go. All right, show me more. Show me more. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Yo, what is that? Ooh, Houndoom. Yes. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Yo, the code's for free? Oh, Full Art Moltres EX. You gotta give it to Ben Peacock, still keeping his cards in order. It's really exciting. The commitment is impeccable. The sorting commitment is impeccable for sure. What do we got here? What do we got here? What do we got here? Oh, the Full Art Blaziken. Full Art Blaziken. Yon Mega EX. Let's go. Let's go. Tuyon Mega. The full art Moltres. All right, this is actually like the coolest thing, bro. This is like the most fun part of the pre-release by a lot. All right, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Judge. Free code. Fran is here. More codes. I think next time what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have as many players as I can get sitting shoulder to shoulder, sit around the Pokeball table and open their pre-release kits. Like I'm gonna recruit like 5 people who are just very comfortable sitting very close to each other. And we're just gonna have our pre-release kits get opened like this. Because this is exhilarating. Not to mention the Pokeball table just looks incredible, so. All right, we still got another booster pack here. This could be the secret. I'm looking for a secret Mewtwo. Come on. Who's got it? Someone in this building's got a secret Mewtwo. All right, that was awesome. You know what? That was worth staying up till 2 a.m. for. That's for sure. That was freaking sick. Heck yeah. All right. Huge thank you to everybody who showed up to the Full Grip Games Midnight Destined Rivals pre-release. That was so much fun. I had a great time, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching it from home. Good luck with your pulls this weekend. If you are attending a Destined Rivals pre-release yourself, we want to take a moment to shout out the Destined Rivals $6,000 cash doubleheader event happening here at Full Grip Games at the end of the month, May 31st and June 1st. We've got a $6,000 cash doubleheader event. The standard Destined Rivals legal event taking place on May 31st has $3,000 cash on the line. That is cash, not store credit, cash on the line for top finishers. And then on June 1st, we've got a $3,000 cash Gym Leader Challenge event, which will be the largest cash pool ever offered up for a Gym Leader Challenge tournament ever in the format's history. So I'm very excited about that. I'm going to be joined by one of my best friends, Riley Hulbert, to cast the entire thing. Should be an amazing time. You can sign up today at fullgripgames.com. Registration space is limited, and our Journey Together release weekend event did sell out. This event is just a couple of weeks away, so don't wait if you plan on signing up. Head over to fullgripgames.com, sign up today. Also, huge shout outs to Dragon Shield. Dragon Shield is the best brand to protect your most valuable collectibles between their sleeves, storage products, binders, all of that. Can't go wrong with Dragon Shield. Head over to dragonshield.com today and use code TrickyJim at checkout. Save 5% on your order. Huge thanks to Dragon Shield for sponsoring the channel as well. Y'all take it easy and have a great night. I will catch you next week and keep you up to date with my stream schedule in the Tricky Gym Discord.